In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on September 3rd, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. SMU versus North Texas. North Texas was impressive in their season opening win and looked to move to 2-0 playing host to SMU, who are playing in their first game. SMU finished 8-4 last season, but they faltered down the stretch after starting 7-0. The team has a new head coach and defensive coordinator, and they look to repeat last season when they laid a 35-12 home win over North Texas. North Texas got off to a solid start to their 2022 campaign by beating UTEP handily in their opener. They were one of the best rushing teams in the nation last season, and while they lost their top RB to the transfer portal, they were legit on the ground in the 31-13 win over UTEP last week. The Mustangs are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 non-conference games and 22-7 against the spread in their last 29 in September. SMU is 8-21 in their last 29 road games. Meanwhile, the Green are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 on turf and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 overall. North Texas is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 versus the American Athletic Conference. SMU is busy bolstering their team, especially in the secondary, in the transfer portal, and the team has a lot of returning talent on offense. They gave up over 500 yards and turned the ball over 4 times last season facing North Texas and still beat them badly. The Mustangs' run defense should be pretty solid, and they will keep the Mean Green from racking up many yards on the ground. They will give up some big plays with their new-look pass defense, but their offense will more than compensate for that. New head coach Red Lashley and his staff have their work cut out for them, but if all goes well, the Mustangs are certainly capable of making some noise in the conference this year. 3 of the team's top 4 targets are gone, so we'll be seeing some new faces in the fray along with number 1 receiver Rashee Rice. SMU should throw the ball often, and if the running game can tag along with average numbers, the team will win games. SMU will rack up the points and the yards, and the Mean Green will not be able to keep up. The Mean Green will struggle on defense in this game with the many weapons the Mustangs have. The favorite is 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 games between these teams, and that trend will continue here. So SMU to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Lashley's offense at Miami was actually even more pass-happy than that of Dykes last year, with the Hurricanes throwing the ball on over 56% of snaps while running a healthy 75.6 plays per game. North Texas was the second quickest tempo team in the nation at 80.6 plays per game, so both offenses will get plenty of shots at the weak opposing defenses. The Mustangs returned plenty from an offense that averaged 6.1 yards per play in 2021, and Lashley has done some great work improving quarterbacks over his career. The Mustangs have a loaded offense as they are solid in the pass and run game. They will have a big game on offense with many yards, which will lead to many points. North Texas will get down early in this game, and they will have to go to the air to come back. They will not be able to keep up with the hard-charging Mustangs, but they will get their points facing an SMU secondary that is a big concern. Defense will be at a premium in this game with a lot of points put up. We have 2 offense-first teams playing a quick tempo here. SMU has an over record of 10-4 in their last 14 non-conference games, and look for that trend to continue. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Notre Dame versus Ohio State. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are one of the best teams in the nation still, as they are currently ranked 5th in the country as they were 11-2 and lost in the Fiesta Bowl to the Oklahoma State Cowboys last season. The Ohio State Buckeyes are the 2nd-ranked program in the country and are still a dominant team. They finished 2021 with an 11-2 record and picked up a win in the Rose Bowl over the Utah Utes. The Irish are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 overall. Notre Dame is 4-1 against the spread spread in their last 6 versus the Big Ten. Meanwhile, the Buckeyes are 5-2-1 against the spread in their last 8 in September and 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 non-conference games. Having an inexperienced quarterback under center like Tyler Buchner is going to be an issue for the Fighting Irish. Counter that with C.J. Stroud, as he is one of the best players in the country and should be a frontrunner for the Heisman Award this season in his second season as a member of the Ohio State Buckeyes. This should be a good sign, as the Buckeyes should score around 30 points while Notre Dame could score a touchdown or 2. The Buckeyes are the better team overall. This is going to be a really fun matchup though, and you certainly wouldn't be crazy to think the Irish can keep it close. The Buckeyes are going to want to hit the ground running here, and their defense will be under the microscope. Sure, the numbers weren't all that bad, but the defensive unit took a lot of the blame for the failures of last season. Notre Dame's offense may be a tough nut to crack, though they've got great receivers including tight end Michael Mayer and a pretty good-looking offensive line. All of that said, Ohio State shouldn't have a ton of trouble putting up points. In fact, I'd imagine each team will hang up at least a few touchdowns, but with a talented and determined Buckeyes offense playing at home, I don't believe the Irish will be able to keep up. The Ohio State Buckeyes will dominate in one of the biggest games of the first week, so the Ohio State Buckeyes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense is going to be a question mark as they have their top quarterback, wide receiver, and running back all no longer with the team, so I do not trust their offense to score. The Ohio State Buckeyes offense also is going through a lot of changes after losing 2 top wide receivers, their tight end, and a running back in the NFL draft as well, so the first game of the season will be a tough stretch for both offenses. The Fighting Irish is one of the best defensive teams, and that will slow down the offenses. I expect this game to reach 50 total points, but not much more. The under has hit in 5 of the previous 6 Fighting Irish games played on field turf. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Georgia State versus South Carolina. The South Carolina Gamecocks will look to avoid a major upset when they take on the Georgia State Panthers on Saturday night at Williams-Brice Stadium in the 2022 season opener. Georgia State is coming off its best FBS season to date with an 8-5 record and triumph in the Camellia Bowl. South Carolina went 7-6 under first-year head coach Shane Beamer while picking up a nice win in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. This is the first ever meeting between these two programs. Georgia State is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games against the Southeastern Conference and 6-0 against the spread in their last 6 road games, while the over is 7-1 in their last 8 non-conference games. South Carolina is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games against the Sun Belt and 3-1-2 against the spread in their last 6 games in September, while the under is 12-4 in their last 16 home games. With all the Spencer Rattler hype surrounding this game, look for South Carolina to come out gunning as head coach Shane Beamer looks to set his mark on Game 1 of the 2022 season. His confidence level in the recent transfer is at an all-time high, and with a solid receiving group in the wings, you can expect this to be a high-scoring shootout. I get why you look Georgia State's way here, as they gave Auburn all they could handle last season in a tough environment. However, South Carolina overhauled in a major way and got some major upgrades to a team that was already in decent shape last year. I just think this is one of those spots where, as good as Georgia State's shown they can be and they can hang with the big boys, South Carolina here will be that much better. I expect Rattler and the South Carolina defense to at least extend that to a 2-touchdown margin, if not more. While Georgia State should prove to be a good test for the Gamecocks, they will be unable to hold South Carolina out of the end zone with Spencer Rattler living up to his expectations. So South Carolina to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Georgia State is only a middling team in terms of tempo as expected with the run-heavy style, while South Carolina was one of the slowest-paced teams in college football at 64.9 plays per game to open the Beamer era. With that type of style and 7 starters returning on defense, we can expect the Gamecocks to rank within the top 50 in scoring on that side of the ball again, and they will give the Georgia State offensive line some trouble. While Rattler is a big-name transfer, his decision-making in a much more quarterback-friendly system in Oklahoma left plenty to be desired, and the Gamecocks also lost their top 2 running backs. Both defenses are capable, and the slow pace will make the difference here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.